everybody. How's everybody doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. What a busy day today. Busy day today. I wasn't able to go live earlier today. Let me crack open this Coke Zero. All right. How's everybody doing? So this is kind of a strange time for me a little bit, but let me say hi to everybody. Hey, Jadabot, how you doing? Touch of Class, good to see you. Flojo, good to see you. Catherine, good to see you. Goal, my mod, good to see you. Miss Dizzle Dinger, good to see you. Lori, Rosie, my little stars. Kim, Ava Black, Deanna Morris. All right, The Secret Shade. All right, all right. That was cool. Saw some familiar faces, familiar names in another earlier live, so that was cool. So how's everybody doing? How's the weather out in the east? Everybody's doing okay? Everybody doing okay? Star says, can't wait to discuss my favorite topic with people who get it. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's cold, so the notification just went out. So we'll wait a little bit so people can come in. I'll set up the my what is it called? The let's see, my screen. Share my screen. So I will be showing you guys. You felt that Coke Zero? So I will be sharing with you guys the VIN results of David's Tesla. So I looked it up last night, right after SF Investigates came out with these posts. So um, yeah, that good old crispy Coke Zero. Yep. So I do want to catch this up. I know you guys are familiar with this. I've seen you guys on some earlier lives. So um, I just want to catch up with this, and I want to go into the VIN because again, I did go and I paid for the VIN. It was like $10. So I paid for it so I can get some information, see what new information there was on there, see what kind of information there was, and it was updated. So I do want to go through these or through these tweets of SF Investigates, and then we'll go into that. So I'll just jump right into it. And if you guys can do me a favor, hit the like button, please. Gets me in the algorithm for a small channel like this, which is good because now you don't have to put the 943 there in order to find me. You can just put Mark the Shark there. So that's pretty cool. So let me read this. So this came out 20 hours ago by SF Investigates. And what he says here, he says David's Tesla, the vehicle in which Les Rivas was found, was held by LAPD for only 48 hours to process evidence. After that, it was returned to the impound lot for David to retrieve, which he had not done until today. So that was yesterday. The Tesla was scheduled to go to auction tomorrow, which was today this morning at 9 a.m. and I had planned to attend and inspect it. So SF Investigates was gonna go and check it out because you're at auctions you can check out the vehicle before you bid on it. You're able to check it out, see what's in it, see what's not in it. Okay, he says, however, in the final hours before the auction, David or somebody with power of attorney acting on his behalf picked it up. When I checked last week, the storage fees were approximately 10,500. So that was last week. So those fees they add up every day, every day. Hey Jackie, good to see you. Welcome. He says, as the vehicle has been released and available for pickup since September 10th. That's important. Before Celeste had even been identified. So it was only 48 hours, and then by September 10th, it was already available for release. I just hope the thought of that vehicle haunts David and anybody else that knew Celeste was in the trunk for the rest of their lives. So then he posts some interesting information right here, which he redacted this location, but You know, Reddit comes in hot, and they showed where it was, where the auction was supposed to be. So we'll go over that as well. All right, let's continue. So then he posts another one. It says the vehicle, and that this was 19 hours ago. This was like like an hour after he posted this. Um, he says the vehicle was held by LAPD September 8th through the 10th under 22655.5 evident hold, then transferred to a downtown LA impound on September 10th. That's why it now shows false for uh, on hold. I attached the auction listing, which appeared several weeks ago. All right, so the auction was available a few weeks ago, and then he posted here, and then the auction would have been this morning because they have weekly auctions there on Fridays. So 1/30/2026, Tesla, Texas plate black SU 2023, and then there's that VIN right there. So then we go up. It says, so we can catch up on these tweets from SF Investigates. SF Investigates says, and this was 10 hours ago, David Tesla, which held the remains of Celas Rivas Hernandez, was released to an individual who presented notarized paperwork authorizing the vehicles transferred. I verified this. That person then transferred ownership into their own name. I can't disclose the new owner's identity without violating the rules of my DMV access and investigator. This is also why I always redact license plate numbers, even when they're publicly known. As a licensed investigator with direct DMV access, I have run the plate number. I have to redact it, even if it's public knowledge, since there is a group that thinks I'm trying to hide the plate number, even though they know it. I don't know what that means. What do you guys know what he's saying? What group, or you know what I mean? What, I don't know what he meant by that. And then he continues to say, it's clear this was a calculated move to get the car out of public view and out of David's name. I wouldn't be surprised if it's about to be crushed. So that's its opinion. And then we go on here, we check the yeah, it's pretty weird, huh? So he gives us some more info right here. Let me make sure it's on the screen. Okay, it is. Gives us, oops, let me take this off 1 second. There we go. Let me take that off. So he does come out with some new information, the vehicle number, office ID, technician ID sequence, parking violation, number of parking violations, 0. We'll go into that as well. Electric. So this is like vehicle information. So REC status 129, 26, 129, 126. So some pretty interesting information. Definitely not the RA. Ain't us this time. That's what I was wondering. I'm like, which group is he talking about here? Which group is he talking about? Thank you, Go. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys have a minute, make sure you guys hit that like button, please. Thank you. That's funny. So it's not you guys this time. So yeah, so he came out with a lot of good information, things that we haven't seen before, and it kind of shines a light on this. It shines the light of, it was already available for release on September 10th, and they let it sit on an impound lot. Okay, he said it was in downtown LA, and I think Remy from no, I don't think I know Remy was the one that posted the auction location where it was supposed to be auctioned today. So this was it right here, which I thought was pretty interesting too, to find this location. So let me go over where this is at. Yeah, so it's like northeast of like Chinatown, Dodger Stadium. So it's by Dodger Stadium. Let's see. So it's not too far, yeah. Northeast east of Dodger Stadium. We got a ton of cars here. Ton of cars. So this is where it would have been auctioned off. today, this morning, but somebody got it. Somebody got it. And to me, it doesn't seem like it would be David, because SF Investigates is saying that somebody came with either power of attorney or paperwork that he saw that made it into made that person get that, was able to get that vehicle out and pay the fees, because you're not able to get that out unless you pay the fees in full, or else it's just going to go to auction right then and then. So yeah, Rosie, that's a good question. Why would they wait this long? Is it calculated? Is it, did they not have the money? Where was he at this point? Yeah, maybe his parents, right? Maybe his friends. Maybe Neo picked it up, says Jada Pod. There's so many more questions. Hey, Bean Baby, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And it just raises more questions. Like, why wait if it was already available on September 10th to be picked up? Why would you want to add up all those fees? It just doesn't make sense, right, to us. Sarsa, so let me get this straight. He quietly transfers ownership of his homes, quietly does this with LLCs, and now we have him quietly selling the crime scene. Interesting. So, take a sip of my Coke Zero. It's like, why wait that long? Because the fees are going to be adding up. And then you wait like the last second, literally like the last second to get the car. Because to me, it does seem like, okay, it's important, right? You don't want it to go to public. You don't want people like SF Investigates checking the car out for whatever reason. Maybe LAPD missed something. Maybe he's looking at it with fresh eyes, and you don't want anybody else other than LAPD to look at it. You don't want it to be in the public. You don't want that to be out there. I mean, the reason behind it is it's just so strange. So strange. Why wait this long? Hey, Cindy from sunny South Florida. Good to see you. Welcome. Maybe something happened on Monday, says Kim. Maybe. So it would have been on auction today. It's pretty interesting. And I called this place too several times today, and to try to get more information, right? To try to see if maybe they would let me know if what the process is for that tow yard, for that seized vehicles. It's always interesting to call in and find out straight from the source and see what they say, see what the procedures are, see what their policies are, see maybe where the cars are coming from. So that I did call them a few times, but they just never picked up. Not sure why. I mean, it is auction date today, so maybe that's what it was. They were just busy. I don't know. But I did call them. I did try to reach out, and unfortunately, they did not pick up. But I'll keep tabs on this place. Let me see. So I want to be careful. I don't want to release like the VIN number, because I did run the VIN, David's VIN. So I do want to share that with you. Hey, Miss Jazz, good to see you. I mean, yeah, that's the thing too. We have I have a lawyer that's in my Discord, and she was saying that she thinks that 48 hours. Actually, let me see what she said. She said something interesting. Let's see if I can find it. Bump, bump, bump. Okay. She says, so she's a lawyer, so she gives a lot of good input. And she says, I trust investigators when it comes to this. I think it might be a different story if they believe the crime occurred in the vehicle, but I think they probably deduced pretty quickly that it was just used to stash the body. I can't imagine the vehicle holding much useful forensic evidence. I've never thought fingerprints would be helpful in this case because everyone potentially involved was likely in the vehicle at some point. They have on camera the person driving the vehicle with the body inside, at least the last time the vehicle was moved. So that is a known. I think any evidence of a crime was contained in the front area, and that was extracted. So that's a pretty good insight. And that's from Chloe. That's our resident lawyer. She's in our Discord, and so to her, she believes that it would have just been the place where they put her body in there. So the crime could have been taking place somewhere else, and that car, David's car, was only used to store the body. So that was a very good point. I wanted to share that with you guys and give you guys a different perspective on why or why not they did the things they did. Um, so let me continue here. Again, let me show you guys, and I want to be very careful. I don't want to put the VIN number out. So I want to be very careful. And let me show you this. Let me bring this up real quick. Let me take this down. Or actually, let me see. Move some things around. Did you guys see the Nancy Grace video today? I know a lot of you guys saw that. It's been a couple days, so I wasn't sure. I've seen it a few times, but if we want to go back and look at it, that's fine. But if not, that's okay too, because there really wasn't too much new information, other than the knives, which is okay, right? But I really thought SF Investigates was going to come out and say who drove the Tesla. I really thought so. But he did come out with more information today regarding the case and last night regarding the retrieval of the Tesla by somebody unknown. Well, to us, it's unknown. He knows who it is, and he can't disclose it, which is, I get it. Let me ask you guys this. Who do you guys think picked up the vehicle for David? Who do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Who do you guys think picked up the vehicle from the tow yard for David? All right, so let me. Lane? Oh. Oh. All right, let me see. Let me bring this up real quick. Again, I just want to make sure I'm not giving out too personal information. Okay, so this right here, guys, this is the VIN. I ran the VIN, and I ran the VIN on January 5th of 2026. And at the time, it did not have two owners. So that was interesting. It still had one owner. So that was that. And then it got updated last night when I ran it again. And then let me show you guys what I found. Her cortisol levels make mine rise. See, look, Cindy's like, nah, I'm good. That's so funny. You guys are the best. Okay, so keep that in mind, right? There was one owner, and we know there was a different owner coming in with notarized paperwork. But it's interesting to see like official documents seeing that. It's good to see it on paper. So let me bring this up. Let me share my screen with you guys. Again, let me make sure it's okay. That's good. Make sure everything's good. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then I ran the VIN again, and this was last night, and now shows a second owner on there. If you guys can see that. So that was pretty interesting. And it says the last odometer on that was 1,226 miles, which is super low miles if you think about it. And then the first owner on here, I mean, David got it when it was 15 miles, fresh off the lot. And it says estimated mileage a year, 1,132. I mean, it doesn't seem like this car was driven much. Wonder if he paid some sort of service to pick it up. That could be too, right? Hire somebody to pick it up. So all history events, there are 5 records found. Hey, Ranch Toes, good to see you. Welcome. Right. So I thought that was pretty interesting. When the last odometer, it says on here the reading was 1,002,226, and this was updated. There's no names on here because only like Steve Fisher and PI investigators, they have they're able to log into those DNV um, places and databases. So this is just public. And then I'm not showing, I'm not showing the VIN and or the license plate, but this is it right here. And actually, let me show you guys so I can show you just to make sure that I can show you guys a little bit of it, the redacted version, so you guys can see that it is partially there, the VIN. So I can just show kind of receipts, so to speak. Give me a sec. Let me show that. And this my one of my sources gave this to me. One of my sources from Australia. So you see, David, all the way from Australia, people are watching, and people want justice for Celeste Rivas. Okay. Okay, so here it is right here. Let me move this around. See how it's redacted right there, but you can see a partial. Um, hey, Yolanda, good to see you. Welcome. Mara, good to see you. All right, everybody's coming in. Yeah, that's the other thing too. It's like it doesn't make sense to me. So maybe they need to update it. Maybe it's not accurate. I'm not sure, but that I thought that was strange. So if you guys can see, there is a partial VIN number there, just to make sure that we're on the same page and that this is the actual VIN for David's car, 2023 Tesla Model X, 5 history events, 24 safety recalls. Found a lot of recalls, and then the last mileage on that is 1,226 miles. Sales history, there's no sales reports, and then owners, it was updated to 2. If we saw, remember, we saw the first one, the first report, it had 1 owner, and then this was updated to 2 owners, so it was transferred. So let me go back, and we'll look at some more information on here, because I find this information interesting. When you start to see actual um, official documents with this case, you can actually pinpoint dates. All right, so we go down here. So he got it in Texas. Oh, look at that. 12/30/2023 is probably when the dealership got it. And on February 17, 2024 is when he purchased it. David, because we know it was under his name at 15 miles. And then that to oh, I see what they did. So he did drive it a lot actually. Look, from 1 month. So in a month he put 1,000 miles on it, 1,226 miles. But it's interesting because up here, the second owner, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. That's for the second owner. Do you see what I'm saying? It just raises more questions. And then it was purchased in 2025, it says, which is odd because I thought it was purchased this month. So maybe it just needs more time to update. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff. Okay, so this right here, this is history events right here too. So let me go down. Whoops. Where's okay, right there. All right, so these are history records which show what could have been done to the vehicle. Because it is very general when it comes to this VIN report. So December 30th, 2023, the mileage was 10 miles. The provider VIN chain. So the vehicle was serviced. February 17th, 2024, which we know that's around the time February 14th when Celeste was running away. It was at 15 miles. And then that's when he got the title and the registration. See, registration is issued or renewed same day. It's February 17th. 2024. Okay, we go back to March 2024 when it was serviced. So look, so that is, I think you're right, Cindy. That's a good eye, because if he's getting it from Texas and he's driving all the way over here, how many miles is that, right? So from February to March, he put 1,226 miles on it, and then he serviced it again. So that's good. That's a good eye right there, Cindy. And then if you see here, February 1st, 2025, it doesn't have mileage on here. The provider's VIN chain registration issued or renewed right here. Let me see how far it is from his hometown to LA. Let me see how many miles that is. Just put it in perspective. That's a really great point. Let me see. Just give me 1 second. I'll pull it up right now. And then directions. Maybe the managers. And then I'll just put downtown LA, or Hollywood Hills. Hollywood Hills. Los Angeles. Let's see how many miles that is. Oh shit. How's that even possible? How is this odometer going back? What the heck? Hold on, let me share this with you guys. Man, nothing makes sense. Is somebody messing with the odometer? Hold on. Let me share this. All right, so it says here from Hempstead, Texas, which is his home. I mean, he could have got it anywhere in Texas, to be fair. Nonetheless, but from his house in Texas to the Hollywood Hills is 1,500 miles, and we've seen him drive up and down with that car. First Liberty Podcast. Hey, how you doing? I seen you in another channel. You were putting in some pretty good input, so I appreciate that when you do that here too. Thank you. So what's going on there, guys? Huh? Why is the odometer going back? Why? Man, that's wild. How does it get back to LA? Someone drove it. We have satellite image of the farm in Texas, January 2025, that has what appears to be a black Tesla. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, tow trucks transfer to what did you say? To get better deals. So how is that possible that it's only on, it's 1,000 in March 2024? Yeah, so he could have got it even closer, I guess. I don't know. It's so weird. We're just looking at, if you guys are just joining me in right now, we're I'm looking at the VIN, David's Tesla's VIN. I ran it last night, so I redacted his VIN, and we're just going over it, seeing if there, something catches your eye. Or did he ship it through the train? Or yeah, I mean, that could be it too, right? Had it shipped. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Well, hey, Flo, that's the thing too that's confusing me, because if it says that it was renewed, right? If it says he renewed February 1st, 2025, and he just didn't do that, maybe it just, because if you think about it, he's in that has Texas plates. So whatever he has to do, he has to do through Texas, and then he has to do it through California. So maybe something gets crossed there. I don't know. It's very interesting that I spotted this. I'm like, February 1st, 2025. So what does that mean, right? It's just weird. I mean, just the whole thing is just it's strange. Let's see. Yeah, we do have registration stickers here. Hey, Whitney, good to see you. We do have registration stickers. Again, if you guys are just joining me, I'm going over David's VIN Tesla, I ran the VIN last night, and yeah, the tax can be renewed. Maybe he started it. Maybe he started the process on February and just didn't pay the fees. You know what I mean, or didn't have the right paperwork, or needed to get something, and then it just was pending, and then that's why it hit on February 1st, 2025. But it says registered, issued, or renewed. That's what's throwing me off. And it just only says 2 owners, because if it was 3 owners, then I would understand. Unless if it's 3 owners, right? It hasn't updated today, which also would make sense. Somebody just picked it up. That could also make sense. I mean, it just raises more questions. Let's see. So we'll continue. Yeah, they do expire flow at the end of the month. Yes. So I've been scratching my head with this right here. If anybody works at the DNV, can you send me an email? uh, yeah, Cindy from Southern South Florida says, or his person who handled that stuff didn't follow through on the time. Mm-hmm. So many questions. All right, so we go here. He's got 24 records found for safety recalls. A lot of recalls for that Tesla. Can you guys see the screen okay? I know it's a little. Let's see if I can maximize it bigger. There we go. Oh, that's way better. Way better. There we go. There we go. That's better. Looks good on your TV? Nice. Right. And do you guys remember we were on when this came out last night, we were on Voices on Discord. And we were talking about the registration, right? Remember that goal? About the lien on it. And I shared that information before too, that there's a lien on it. And it said tow yard lien. And so now we know that answered the question, because it has a note on the bottom. And it says it could be from the bank, it could be seized from police, or it could be in a tow yard. And now we know that police only had it for 48 hours. And that's what the lien was on there through the tow yard this whole time. And as we know, the fees were adding up. So it's like we have these pieces, and we just need like one little information, like LAPD only had it for 48 hours, then it was released. Boom, there it is. You know what I mean? It just matches up with the official documents. That's what I like. I like matching it up with actual documents, official documents, or documents that we can look at and say, yes, this is the date. I do like that. David is guilty says, it's lovely. Hey, good to see you. Well, did you see what the investigator said? Yeah, we went over that a little bit ago. David is guilty says, my theory is Neil parked the Tesla and somebody picked him up and drove him back to the Tesla. SF should view the cars coming back towards the mansion and see if it matches Aja's car. Oh, that's interesting. Jada Bot said sometimes there is a recall. You can't do the registration until the recalls are fixed. Oh wow, that's interesting. Whitney says, wow, he can hire an expensive attorney but not pay the fees. Yeah, the fees were like over 10,500. Yeah, they did make bank just sitting there, right? Just sitting there making bank. All right. Oh, is this the satellite picture you're okay, let me check it out. Let me see. Oh wow, look. Yeah, that looks like a Tesla, huh? A black Tesla. When did you say this was? Stars? What date did you say this picture would have been? The satellite picture you sent me? Oh, January 2024. Oh wow. Huh. That's interesting. 305 gravity. Hi, Marky Sharky. Mark Sharky. That's funny. That's wild. Yeah, if you guys notice too on the on the Texas home, let me see if I can bring it up. There's like a fire. There's like a burn pit over there. So weird. Let me see. Yeah, look, it's still there. Hold on. Let me show the tab. Look at that. You guys see that? Like a burn pit. Why is there a burn pit there? Decoy Teslas? Maybe. Maybe. Like decoy Celeste? Maybe. I just wanted to share that real quick. So let me go back to the safety records. So there's one in 2025. Oh, these are all 2024, 2025, 2023. Dang, a lot of recalls. 24. Airbags, there's a recall. Some models, Model X vehicles, the airbag with the incorrect horn pad may be installed, preventing the horn from sounding. That's not good. Um, I also ran that plate, Flojo, too. That was a good question. I did run that plate, but it doesn't give me the names of it. But I did ran that plate, and it comes back to a different VIN, so it's a different car altogether because this is uh yeah, Steve has access to the DMV, right? That's why he does. You know, if he says the name, then he's violating those policies. Um, so the car, the one at Doheny, the second home, right? 804 Doheny. That car, I ran the plates on it too, and it has a completely different VIN. And the car that Celeste Rivas was found has a completely different VIN. I mean, uh, it was speculated that car, that David's car, he's had it for almost 2 years, and he's only had it for about a year, which is another interesting tidbit. Because in January, as we've seen, he didn't, or January through what we know now. What is it, September, when she was found? So did he start the process? Did he not? Was he driving it? I know here in California, I looked into it, and hey Peekaboo, how you doing? Yeah, it does say the color. It'll say the color. It'll say black. It'll say this or the other, the model, but it doesn't give you names. It only just gives you mileage, what the recalls are, if there's been any accidents, vandalism, robbery, burglaries. If it's been stolen. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's just everybody's proved innocent until proven guilty, and I just wouldn't want to do that. Put the VIN out there, but it is interesting to put some of this information that I haven't seen out there. I ran it through Epic VIN. It's like a well-known site, and again, shout out to my source in Australia for sending me that information. Again, um, you know, people from Australia are looking at this case too, David. Everybody around the world is looking at this case, and they care about justice. They care about bringing in whoever was responsible, whoever it may be, if it's one person or a group of people, to be held accountable for what they did to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. It's not fair. Nobody should be able to get away from it, to get away from this and be able to sleep at night. Absolutely not. Not here, not in China, not in Rome. Hey, Della Dan, good to see you. How you doing? How you feeling? It's about the same, Bean Baby. The Carfax, it's about the same. But this one, it's you actually put in the VIN in, and it'll give you the report. So they're pretty much the same. You know what gives you more information if you have PI powers like SF and he has like data. He can go into the DNV, look at names, who did what. Um, so let's go over the recalls. Airbags, frontal, driver's side cushion was recalled. Latches and the locks, hood latch. Certain 2021, 2024 Model 3, Model S, Model X's vehicles, the hood latch assembly may fail to detect an unlatched hood condition after the hood has been opened. Oh, that's huge. Look at that. So if the latch, so we might not even know if it was opened or not because there's a freaking recall on it, man. How lucky can these guys get? Jeez, man. Do you guys see that? There's a recall on the latch and the lock of the hood. So is that the front or the back? The hood latch assembly may fail to detect an unlatched hood condition after the hood has been opened. Jeez, man. How lucky can these people get, right? If that information it comes back as an error. Oh, it is, right? Okay, thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you, guys. First Liberty podcast says the initial reports in September said she had about 2 or 3 weeks of decomposition in her. Yeah, I've heard that too. I mean, it's going to be interesting because nobody knows, right? Only the hey Darcy, welcome. Only the ME knows right now, and we can kind of guesstimate based on the reports that it's been said. But there's nothing like the ME to come out and say, hey, this is that, and then we can concrete prove that she was unalive, a few weeks before, a month, 6 months, January, right? Flo says, those Tesla funk hoods suck. I was just closing one today. Oh, frunk? Okay, I was like, funk. What's a funk? Absolutely, Louise. Justice for Celeste Rivas. Absolutely. 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 I might have to slow the chat down because you guys are coming in hot and I love reading you guys' comments. So I might slow it down. We'll see, okay? Because I do like reading you guys' comments. You're from Australia, Mata? That's cool. But yeah, initially the decomposition was 3 weeks, to a month. They said months, several weeks, right? Because several weeks can be 2 to what? 2 to 4, 3 to 4, 4 to up. Mm-hmm. David is guilty says so he may have kept her in the freezer and only put her in the car when leaving town. That could be it too. But why not? Look, David is guilty. Let me ask you this: why not just leave her in there and wait till you get back from the tour? Hey, Sydney Shay, how you doing? Good to see you. Was so confused why I couldn't comment, and I realized I was on my photography YouTube page. What? Oh, let's see. That's cool. Go my mod. Welcoming people in. Absolutely. Good to see you. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, your name is Sydney. Imagine another nearby Tesla recorded what happened. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I'll remind me because if you guys, I do have a Tesla, the neighbors that I do want to bring up, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, you do like seeing everybody in the chat, stars, for sure, huh? A lot of cool faces in here, a lot of friendly people in here. People are in here for the right reasons. Stolen vehicle check, yeah, we'll check that out too. Absolutely, absolutely, Miss Jams. Um, it's lovely says, and they got Julio Fulio's footage in FNAK HD, but nothing has come out yet. What? Yeah, the whole gang is here, Shay. Sydney Shay, absolutely. David is guilty says maybe he was afraid the mansion owner might find her in the house if he inspected while he was gone. Maybe, or somebody else. Maybe, yeah. Let's see. Thank you, Go, for dropping my links. Appreciate it. FloJo with the $2.99 super chat or super sticker. I have to read them. It doesn't come up, so I have to read them. And it says pair character stretching his arm forward, raising his thumb up. Oh man, I mean, I wish I could have it on the screen. That is cool, and it shows up on your screen. Yo, I saw you on Trapmore's page, Highway 20 Boy. Yeah, if you guys are here from there, welcome. I deep dive this case. I can only do one case at a time because it's already hard to catch up on this case anyway. So I can only handle one at a time. And I do travel to places. I just got my truck fixed. I just got it today. Thank you again, Flo, for that $2.99. I just got it today, and it was fast. They did it fast. I needed my truck. I wasn't, I just thank you. I just needed transportation, and yeah, I was down for a while. I had a minor accident on the freeway when it was raining in California, and I spun out and hit the curb on the side of the freeway, and it bent the back axle, the rod. There's like a rod that goes in there. It bent it, and it was on Christmas Eve, I believe, and I was like, dang. So just came home. Well, went to my family, came home, and then it's just been sitting ever since. And then today I just got it back. So um, hopefully I'll be having some more boots on the ground, hiking boots on the ground, as we say here on this channel, checking out some places. But yeah, I needed that truck. I needed to get back to it. So that's some good news, huh? Ms. Dizzle Dinger, Justice for Abigail Rivas Hernandez. Celeste Abigail Rivas Hernandez. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Flojo, you got to dig deep. I'm just kidding. No, that was my problem, guys. That's not your problem. I just like to share, why I'm not able to go out right now as much as I like to because of that. Oh, thank you. Let me. I mean, I don't want to slow the chat down, but I do like reading you guys' chat. It's fun for me to read your guys' input because if I do slow it down, then you have to be a member. But what I'm trying to do is I want to restructure the membership so it's more affordable. Now that I have ad revenue, that could offset the memberships, and I could drop them down maybe $1. So that's something that I was thinking now that I'm getting ad revenue. You know what I mean? I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for clout. I'm not in it for whatever that is. I'm in it for what I do, and for justice for Celeste Rivas and awareness. And so that should, if now that I'm getting ads, I'm getting like 2 pennies from the shorts, which isn't, and then I'm getting a few bucks from the videos, which is cool. It'll offset that. I can drop down the prices for the membership. So stay tuned to that. I'll be moving things around. I'm new to YouTube. This is still a small channel, and so if you see things moving around, it's because because of that. So just the heads up, okay? Let's see. He's just subscribed, so it's Highway 20 Boy. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys are just coming in, I'm just going over the VIN. I did it last night. Ran the VIN last night, and then I ran it the first January the 5th of 2026. So it's interesting to see that when I did it last night, it's updated to 2 owners now, which we heard earlier today that SF came out that somebody picked up the Tesla. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, new subscribers, members, and visitors, please hit the thumbs up. Yeah, and if you guys are looking, come on in and say hi. We don't bite, even though we're sharks. It's lovely says, and Celeste reminds me of one of my daughters, so it pulls my heart, and she lives in the city over from me. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's like, this case touches a lot of people, right? And at all walks of life, because we can all relate into one shape or of another with this case. Absolutely. Absolutely. Katsir says, I appreciate you focusing on one case. You bring forth a lot of novel info. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say. Miss Dizzle Dingo says, Welsh native girl. I think she's probably getting some rest. Louis says, Trapmore's also cool. Mm-hmm. It's lovely says, that's right, Mark, you're a real one too. I F with that. That's funny. Did I get a new car, says Bean Baby? No, it's just my truck. I got it fixed. I got it back today. Del Denk says, you've worked hard. You ain't going to give us an explanation. No, we support you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Green Ada Chechen says, hopefully I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm butchering it. Says, great contact, Lump Sum Neo and David hand-holding in your last video. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were in the moment. They were in the moment. They were singing. They were in the moment. And there's nothing wrong with that, But they were in the moment. Do you guys think David was secretly dating Celeste Herrera, Asia, or Neo? Says David is guilty. Ada says, Steve Fisher said the Tesla was released to David, but that's not certain, right? No, it could be. Well, they had more paperwork saying that to release it to them, so that tells me it was somebody else other than David, because David wouldn't need that paperwork. That how do you say it? Notary. I can't say it. Let me drink some of this Coke Zero. Tesla wouldn't be bad if they weren't so expensive. Right. I bite nicely, says Stars. Jeez. Oh, man. Did you get your answers, Stars, from the last live? Did you get your answers? You got notified at 3 a.m. David is guilty. All of them. Open relationships and situationships. Yeah, they could be like, it could be that kind of situation, right? Yeah. Yeah, happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. Thank you guys for joining me. If you guys are just coming in, please hit the like button. We're going over some of the recalls, running the VIN of David Tesla, and reading comments. Notary. Yeah. How do you say that? Notary? Am I saying that right? SF said that he brought that. Somebody brought that to get the Tesla. Ada says, yeah, everyone go see the moment at the karaoke bar. The two were having a lovely moment after singing here with me. Yeah, I thought they were going to kiss for some reason. But again, to each their own. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Bailey, good to see you. Says, anyone else see it parked in the street on March 12th in a YouTube video? Yes, I do want to go over that. Let me, if I skip your it doesn't say, Kevin. Unfortunately, it doesn't say. So let me go over some more of this, because I do want to get into that you guys were saying that there was another Tesla, and so I do want to, let me go over this real quick. Bump. All right, so ain't no fun if the homie can't have none. What? What's that mean? I know that's a song, but what are you referring that to? You wish they had kissed? Yeah, that would have been cute. Again, Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. All right. Electrical system software recalls. Seatbelt front warning lights devices. Electrical system instrumental cluster panel. Backover prevention. Sensing system camera. Damn, a lot of recalls. Electrical system software. Jeez, man. Wonder if they're ever gonna pull up any information with all these recalls. Latches, locks, door latches, electrical system, airbags, frontal, steering wheel, handlebar. There's a recall for the handlebar? Dang. It says an incorrect airbag may have been installed when the steering yoke or around the steering wheel was replaced with a different style of yoke or steering wheel. That doesn't sound safe. Oh, I see what you're saying, Dang. More electrical system, service brakes, hydraulic brake fluid, low warning. Jeez, man. Forward collision avoidance, sensing system camera, seat belts front as a recall, backover prevention, steering, more electrical software, self-driving, frontal airbags, and then more airbag. Jeez, man, look at all these recalls. A lot of recalls. All right, so we get into the meat and potatoes of this. Yeah, and then she asked if they were naked or something. Like, what? It's like she was inquiring for a friend about that picture or something. I don't know. Basically a lemon. All right, so there's no problems found with the odometer, and then it says tampering verified. It's not. It wasn't tampered. It says, so that's good. So the odometer checks out. No funny business there. It says Neo's definitely the. I don't want to say. I'll leave it at that. Ranch toast. You guys are funny. Man, you guys are getting a little spicy, huh? Snarky sharks tonight. Friday night. I love it. Look, title history information, one record found. February 17, 2024, again, Texas, mileage 15, title and registration. Major title brand check. 8-point inspection, nothing found. No salvage title, no floods, no manufacturer buyback. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, Miss Jams. We're getting there. Actually, no, it's back here. Sorry. My bad. Or is it down here? Okay, so this right here, this is another one that I did want to show you guys. And then I'll go back to the stolen vehicle because it doesn't have any stolen vehicle reports. There's no reports of it. But this I did want to show you guys. This is interesting right here. So there's no vehicle damage that was reported. And it says, we checked over 70 databases and no damages were reported for your vehicle. So that's interesting. So this guy never reported those, that dent in the back. David never reported that, and he never reported it as vandalism or an accident. There's no accident report. There's no vehicle damage report. There's no stolen vehicle report. None of that. So there goes that defense. That the car was stolen, right? Remember we heard that earlier on, that the car might have been stolen. There's no report of that. So there goes that freaking theory. There goes that defense. So look at the price. Look how bad it drops. From 100,000, it drops to 60,000. Jeez, man. Yeah, maybe, right, Stars? It makes you wonder, right? He got scared? Oh, shit. Oh shit. Yeah, no record. Let me stop sharing my screen, just because I don't want to. Let me share something else, because I do want to go to that report where it says the. Um, I'm gonna have to go to another. Let me see. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally put the VIN out there. That would be bad. So you see right here, it says stolen vehicle check. So they checked this Epic VIN website checked the 70 databases, and no record, no theft reports were found. You guys see that? Let me see if I can. Yeah, okay, there it is. Oh, Texar, is that what you guys are talking about? Yeah, he emailed me that one night and then just disappeared. It was weird. Texar, that's funny. That's funny you remember him. Everybody's like, no, don't let him in the Discord. Don't let him in the Discord. That's so funny. So yeah, there goes that defense, guys, that the freaking Tesla was stolen. And then there's no vehicle damage, which was really interesting to see. That no vehicle damage was reported to any of the 70 databases that epicvin.com looks up. So that's huge to me, right? Why didn't you report that? I mean, it's a big dent. Or if it was an accident, why didn't you report that? Did something happen? Was there an accident that, that might have happened and you didn't want to report it for purposes of not getting in trouble? Could that be it? Maybe. Maybe. Again, I just want to be careful. I don't want to go all the way up too much. But that was really interesting to see this on paper, to see that there's a new owner. I wonder if there's a third owner, right? Like he sold it, back in 2025, and then whoever picked it up was picking it up for that second owner. That would be interesting. I mean, I just wish I had DNV access. But that's huge. Stolen vehicle and vehicle damages. That's huge to me. Hey, Norma, good to see you. That's right. Justice Precise for you is absolutely. Della Dank says she could have threatened to expose him for something, but I'm leaning towards knowing he was going to be exposed for dating. Oh yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, right? We've seen that in many cases, right, Della Dank, where the predator is being threatened of being exposed, or they fear of being exposed, and they kill the person that they think is going to expose them. Right? Yeah. The Secret says, I'm convinced he told her they would marry when she's 18. Complete lie and bullshit. He never planned that. Mm-hmm. Del Dank. When it's a celebrity, I'm pretty sure you would have to blown up. His career would have ended either way. Very possible, says Flo. But all his lyrics blame her for finding somebody else. That's if he's talking about her. Darcy says, fair enough. I don't think David has ever truly been into women, in my opinion. Certainly not enough to feel jealous. Interesting. So I did want to bring this up because you guys were talking about that other Tesla, and I don't think I've ever shared this picture with you guys. I shared it in my Discord, so let me bring it up. You guys see that right there? And shout out to Flojo, for pointing this out. This is the neighbor's car. We were in voice chats. I mean, he's in my Discord more than he is on his own Discord, which is very flattering. I'm just teasing you, man. I'm just teasing you, all right, Flo? Chill. Don't come at me. I'm just teasing you. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to you for pointing this out. If you want to tell the people what you found with this, right? You said that it's had the same damage in the front, in the front, the left side of the bumper, the same as David's Tesla had the same damage. So I thought that was pretty interesting right there, because as we know, or as I've seen, there's a lot of Teslas there at the Hollywood Hills. I made sure I took this picture because I was like, wow, this looks like David's Tesla. It's not. This was a month later. And this was in October 9th, I believe, 2025. And I thought that was pretty interesting because we've seen in videos where people have been spotting Teslas around with the same damage that David has on his Tesla. You know, it would be good if we saw the license plate or a tag number or something specific that we could say that is the Tesla. But I mean, I could put this picture up and people would say that that's his Tesla without a date, right? And that's unfortunate. You know, actually, obviously, I'm not going to do that, but it's an example of sometimes when we see Teslas around, and it, you know, to me, it throws me off so much spotting all these Teslas. I get it, but that whole neighborhood is filled with Teslas. Teslas, like a ton of Teslas. I mean, every other person has a Tesla. It's wild. But this is the neighbor's Tesla. He lives like 2 houses up from David, and it's interesting to see the same damage that David had. Let me show the picture. You guys see that? Let me see if I can put them side by side. Hey Kathy, how you doing? Good to see you. Maybe David accidentally backed up the Tesla and hit Celeste, and he didn't know what to do with the body and put it in the front. Could be, right? Maybe that's where that dent is there. Let me see if I can bring these up side by side. Isn't that interesting right there? Look at that. It's like identical, but they're two different owners, two different Teslas altogether. Yeah, these are two different Teslas. The one on the right is, you see SF Investigates watermark, and you see mine on the left. So maybe it's like a tight turn area, peekaboo. Right. Yeah, both are Model X's, yes. As you pointed out, yep. Thank you, Flojo. Appreciate that. Yeah, when we go into the Discord, in my Discord, and we go into voices, I mean, we go deep with this case, but because we all are trying to find answers, and we all bring something to the table because we're there for the right reasons. And you know, I love hearing you guys' opinion. If you guys have a chance to make it into my members only Discord. You know, if you were a member before, you're in. You're fine. You know what I mean? Don't worry about renewing it or whatnot. If you were a member before, you're fine. You're already. It's like an entry fee. You know. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Mark Lucky, his brakes are dusty AF. Why we can't see the rotors? You should show the third Tesla. Which one? Which third Tesla? I mean, there's so many, right? The one from 804 Doheny Drive or Doheny Place? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Mata, we're just yeah. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to put this into perspective. That maybe this Tesla on the left is the one that we've seen in those videos or in pictures around the neighborhood, because it has the same similar damage in the front left of the car. Oh, that one too. I mean, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Yeah, they both have tinted windows. Yeah, from what I saw, it's got some type of tinted windows. It also has the one on the left. Also has the spoiler too. Look at that. If you guys can see that, let me make this bigger. Oh, I guess that's as big as I can make it. But it does have the spoiler on there, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, you guys are spotting Teslas, huh? Everywhere. Yeah, I mean they're everywhere. They're everywhere. The thing with me is like, I want to be able to know, like for example, this is not his Tesla, right? But it has similarities to it. I would like to see Teslas that we're seeing around the neighborhood with his with the Texas license plate. Then we can pinpoint it that it's there. It's hard to see it. I mean, nonetheless, it's, you guys have some really good eyes, but nonetheless, you know, it's really good sleuthing on your part. Really good sleuthing. So I do appreciate you guys sending me stuff, sending me emails, sending me you know, messages on Discord. I really appreciate that. You guys are amazing. So keep it coming. If you guys have any information, anything that you guys would like me to research or to try to bring up, you know, we can go over them. Oh, this one? Let me see. Let me share this other one. Let's just bring up a bunch of Teslas. Let's just compare, I guess. So here's another one. Another Tesla. Is that Neo right there? Why is his feet like crossed like that? Like opened. Like he's opening a gap in between his legs or something. It's so weird, man. These guys, man. Why is he doing that? Why is he putting his feet out like that? Let me see how many Teslas I can fit on my screen. Is that the valet position? Is that what that is? Oh, shoot. I didn't know that. Thank you, Peekaboo. Woo! Woo! So this is Ryan's Tesla? Or whose Tesla is this? David's? Cherokee Villa Apartments? Let me see how many Teslas I can fit on here. Let's go, says Norma. Let's see how many Teslas I can fit in here. 30, huh? That neighbor keeps it fresh, man. That neighbor, David's neighbor, keeps his Tesla fresh. I wanted to talk to him, but he ran in the house real fast. Like he needed to use the restroom or something. All right, hold on a second. Let me... Yeah, I mean, why is he... I don't know. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Good to see you. going over the VIN, David's VIN. Tesla VIN number. All right, let me just find the location real quick. I know I saved it. Give me just a second. I know I saved it somewhere. If not, I don't think I did. Hold on, I have a picture of it. Let me bring it up. I'll bring it up right now. Right now. Let me just save it. Bump, 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 bump. Bring it up. Where's so many Teslas I can fit in here? Image. Hey, it didn't come up. There it is. There's 2 Teslas right there. Look at that. Oh, there's so many Teslas. Look at, there's one up there, and then there's one right here, a white one. That one's pretty nice. This white one right here, pretty sleek. Let me see if I can go to the actual place where this is at. Give me a second. I'm looking up some coordinates. Found it. Oh, I did save it. That's weird. How come it didn't show up? So David did get a ticket here for not having a permit. Hold on, let me share my screen real quick. Why won't it show on here? Come on, show. Screen share. Okay, there we go. Look at all these Teslas. Yeah, he paid all the fees to get it out. You have to pay all the fees, but he did pay everything. Everything. All the money was paid. Right before it was supposed to be auctioned. Isn't that wild? So David did get a ticket here. It says right here, no parking anytime. District number 13 permits exempt. 10 a.m. to noon. No parking because they sweep it. But he did get a ticket here. That's not his Tesla. But he did get a ticket here. There's that other one back there. Let me show you guys real quick. I do have a video if you guys want to check that out later. Not right now, but on your own time. Where he did get his tickets. It's on my page if you guys ever want to check it out. Tickets. Where are they? He had a few tickets. Tesla tickets, Tesla documents. Where are the tickets, man? Oh, here it is. Boom! Right there. So he got a ticket on 8/3/2024, standing in the alley, and then in February 26th, 2025, which is interesting right there. And then he got another one the next day. The freaking meter maid came by, or the people that give tickets came by, and slapped him another $68 ticket. You know, if that wasn't enough, they gave him another one. And then on September 3rd is when he got that other one ticket, for exceeding 72 hours at 1406 Bluebird. That's the one where it was towed from the Hollywood Hills. So some pretty interesting stuff. Look at all these Teslas, man. Look at all these Teslas. Oh. And that's the date everything went down. Absolutely. So I do like to see like official documents because it paints a picture. It gives you exact dates. It gives you locations. Here, let me grab that if you guys want to check out the tickets, because I did go deep into where he got his tickets, which was it's a pretty good one. If you guys need to consume some more content, there it is right there. But I think that's it. I think that's all I got for today. I think we went over the DMV one, the DMV not the DMV, but the VIN report. I did want to bring that up. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty beat. And I had a long day today, very long day. Went to get my truck. Had a bunch of stuff to do. Have more stuff to do tomorrow. And, it's wanted to come up here and at least catch up with you guys and spend a little bit of time with you guys on this Friday night. So I do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for the support. I'll be moving some things around in the channel, and so I do appreciate you guys' patience and you guys' support, and just your overall, having my back pretty much. So thank you for holding it down. You're by yourself today. You did a great job, amazing job. So thank you, Go. I really appreciate you guys. And sorry if I missed your comments. I do go back and read them when I'm laying down. I might have to slow the chat down and on the lives, just because we're starting to get a little bit more people, which is cool. But that way I can start to yeah, Darcy. Yep, got it back. Yep. That way I could read your guys' comments, because when you guys comment, you guys really give some good insights and some good opinions, and I do like to read them. So let me go over who donated today real quick, and then I'll jump off here so you guys can enjoy the rest of your Friday. So let me see who we got. All right, so we got a couple super stickers. We got one from Flojo, $2.99 with the pair. Appreciate that. And then Ms. Dizzledinger with her $2 super chat. Justice for Celeste Abigail Rivas. Let me share that screen so you guys can see that. The support, the love, the appreciation that I have for you guys. I really appreciate that. So with that, thank you guys so much. You guys have a good night. Again, thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you guys can't do it monetarily, hit the like button, share it, and or hype it. Because that gives me in the algorithm. It gets people out there, and what social media does, it gets us into the crevices where maybe law enforcement isn't able to reach. So that's what we try to do here. Again, thank you guys so much. I need to get some rest. I need to lay down for a little bit. It's been a long day, but I wanted to hang out with you guys for at least an hour today. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. All right, stay safe, stay warm, stay safe. Good night.